Brook, he can move your mind with a look. Paul Brook, he can read the signs like a book. Just watch, you can see reality bend. Paul Brook, is it all pretend?
Hey voyeurs, it's time for part 2 of Around My World in 80 Objects.
Item number 6 is an antique Napoleon clock. What to say other than it ticks, it chimes and it looks cool. Item number 7 is some form of Hindu multi-armed god. No, it's Vitruvian Man. Well, a statue of him anyway. I've got a great admiration for the work of Leonardo da Vinci, a genuine polymath and freethinker. He had an amazing ability to make information and ideas accessible to the majority of people. In Vitruvian Man, he uses his artistic ability to share aspects of science and geometry, mainly based on the ideas of Marcus Vitruvius Polio.
Object 8 is a fork, but not just any fork, it extends. I think its original use is a campfire toasting fork. So you put your marshmallow or your bread or whatever you want on there, and then you toast it over the fire. I got this about 7 months ago, and the way I use it is this. I take it out when I go for a meal, and I'll say to the next table, people I don't even know, hey, excuse me, I know it's a bit rude, but do you mind if I try a bit of that? And of course, people are too polite to say no. They go, yeah, sure. And this is when you get them, you go, woo, thanks. And then you just pretend to take some of their food. Absolutely hilarious. There's a second way of using this with your friends. You conceal the area that extends, you put a bit of food on it and say to someone, hey, do you want to try this? And wait for someone to say yes, and then don't move at all, but slowly extend this up to their mouths.
Item number 9 is Sheela Na Gig. The figure of Sheela Na Gig and her exaggerated vulva can be found on many churches, castles and buildings in Ireland and Britain. There are many competing theories suggesting the reasoning behind the carvings and their spiritual meanings, but to me it's a symbol of where we came from, away from all the trappings of modern culture, a stark reminder of the real truth of the world that we often forget. Plus, it's always wonderful to see people's reactions to the statue. Item number 10 is an unusual box. I saw it in an antique shop and thought that the shape was just amazing. It often gets asked about when people first enter my study. As a box, it would be impractical to hold pretty much anything, and I suspect at some point it may have been a tea caddy due to the lockable hinge on the front. So what do I store in there? It's where I keep my loose change.
That's part 2 of the instalment, and there's more info on all of the objects that I've just mentioned in the aptly named More Info section down there. Voyeurs, remember to think about why your objects are special to you, and remember, keep it real.
Alright. Well, Paul Brook knows just what you're thinking, and he knows just what you're feeling. He can pick up on the slightest cues. He knows what's lies and what's the truth. Paul Brook understands when you're feeling low. Paul Brook understands when you're feeling high. Just let him get inside your mind.